Hello and welcome. My name is Peace Mitchell and I'm co-founder of Women Changing the World Press. Before I begin, I would like to pay my respects to the traditional owners of the land that I live and work on, the people of Mamu country in North Queensland. I would also like to pay my respects and acknowledge the traditional owners and elders past and present right across Australia and the Torres Strait. Well, today I'm very excited to be here as we are launching our latest book, Women Living Fearlessly. This book includes the stories of 25 incredible women from all over the world who share their stories of living fearlessly and having the courage to follow all of their dreams. And I'm so excited to have one of my fabulous fellow co-authors with me today, Patricia Gonde. Hello, Patricia. Please join me.
Hello, Peace. How are you?
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm okay.
Oh, that's good. Patricia,
Yes.
for people who haven't met you before, I would love you to introduce yourself and tell us a bit about the work that you do.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. I am Dr. Patricia Gonde, and I'm from Harare, Zimbabwe. Currently, I'm the head of academics at Lusitania School, which is a Portuguese school in Zimbabwe. And I'm happy that I'm the co-author of one of those books. And beyond my writing and speaking engagements, I'm actively involved in mentorship programs that empower young women to pursue their dreams. And then I've also founded a nonprofit organization, which is Girls Leading Our World, which is dedicated to providing resources and support for women entrepreneurs. And I just believe that by fostering a supportive community and offering practical tools, I aim to create a more inclusive and equitable landscape for women. And I'm also working on to advocate for policies that promote gender equality and address systemic barriers faced by women. And I've also been doing this through authoring books and co-authoring books. And that's who I am. Thank you so much, Peace, for that.
Incredible work that you're doing, Patricia. It really is so inspiring and you're helping so many people. Your chapter in Women Living Fearlessly is called From Shadows to Spotlight. Can you tell us why you chose this title for your chapter?
Yeah, I chose this chapter because as I was growing up, I saw myself being a shadow because of the society that I grew up in, the patriarchal society, whereby we are seen to be behind the other gender and the decisions that we make. But from that shadow, it empowered me to fight for my position and to be where I am today is Patricia Gonde, an author, and all the several titles that I have. So that's why I called this chapter From the Shadow and then to the Spotlight.
I love that title. I love that. And it really does sum up your story. And in your chapter, you talk about the fact that as a daughter, a wife, a professional, your roles were always predetermined. Their scripts meticulously outlined by societal norms and familial expectations. Can you tell us about these expectations and what that meant for you?
Yeah, thank you so much. I think on this chapter, I was trying to bring out the specific challenges I faced as a young woman growing up in a patriarchal society, whereby we were not, they didn't ask us, we were not supposed to make any decision-making processes. And as we growing up in a family, there are certain stereotypes that we face as young girls and as young women that we also practice. So I was just trying to bring out the pressures that we face as women, as girls, to conform to traditional gender roles. For example, the subjects. You are allowed to do certain subjects as a woman. You're allowed to do certain roles as a woman. So I was trying to bring out these pressures that we get in the fear of disappointing my family and the internal struggles that I was also facing to reconcile my personal aspirations, because I also had a career that I had said I would like to do, but because my father had the final saying, he always wanted to see me in those doctor's white clothes. So those societal expectations as women, that we do not make decisions, we wait to hear the decisions from the male, the counterparts. So I was trying to share those personal anecdotes and experiences so that at least we could illustrate these challenges and the impact they had, especially because they also impacted me on my self-esteem as an individual, and also a sense of identity. So this is what I was trying to bring along in my story that I shared.
Yeah, I think it's such an important topic for us to be talking about, because I know that there are women all over the world who face the weight of these expectations and the responsibilities and the automatic assumption that because they're women, they will follow a certain path, or because their family expect them to follow a certain career, that's the way they should go. And I loved in your chapter, you really talked about how you broke free from those expectations. And I love that you wrote, the women in the books I read ignited a fire within me, a longing to break free from expectations. And I started to question the unspoken rules and to challenge the status quo. I particularly love that because you're sharing your story in a book, and I know that women all over the world are going to be reading your story, and perhaps you will spark that within them. But can you tell us about the books that you read and the women who inspired you to realize that you could break free from these expectations and follow your own path?
Yeah, all right, it's okay. I've read so many books that were written by different people, and I would like to say my story resonates exactly with big names like Oprah Winfrey. You know, the background that they grew up in, the challenges that they also had, and these are some of the stories that I was trying to bring along. Think of great names like Gracia Michelle as well, the challenges that they were facing. So these are some of the stories that resonated with my upbringing, because when I read about their stories, that's when I said, no, it's not only me in this world who is facing such challenges. There are some people who are even greater than me who faced these challenges, and the way they broke free from those chains is what also propelled me. They inspired me so that also I could break free from those chains that we grew up in, especially in the patriarchal society.
I love that. I love that you had those incredible women inspiring you. In your chapter, you talk about that it was a long and a hard journey, but you sought out mentors, women who had broken free from the mold, and though it was their stories that inspired you and their wisdom guided you, you also joined forces with like-minded individuals so that you could create a support network to fuel your ambition. Can you tell us about these women, the mentors you had, the other ambitious women that you found and surrounded yourself with?
Yeah, the like-minded individuals are yourselves. Peace, because you see, in 2022, I wrote a book. It's there on Amazon. I tried by all means to make it so that it has a great impact on so many people. But because I was standing alone, I didn't collaborate with others. That's when I saw women changing the world. That's when I also came into contact with awesome entrepreneurs. That's when I got into contact with great people like you, Peace Mitchell, there's Katie Ghana, and then let me say collaborate with some of these great women so that at least our stories can be heard together as a group. And I would like to say thank you so much for putting us on the spotlight. Yes, we are there. And I was quite happy to be on Times New York Square billboard. It's because of you people. Otherwise, I wouldn't. If I was standing alone, sometimes we don't achieve so many, but if we are as a group, that's when we can make milestones. Thank you so much for that.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Yes, by working together, we are together. We're sharing our message with the world and taking it further.
Yes.
I love that. Include us as
Thank you.
part of that circle of women who help support you in your journey. In your chapter, you talk about a quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson that really resonated with you during your, your transformation to coming to share your voice. And you, the quote is, "The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. It was a powerful reminder that my future was in my hands. I was the architect of my destiny, and it was time to start building." Can you tell us about why you love this quote so much and what it has meant for you?
Yeah, okay, it's all right. When I became part of the authors of this book, and when also I was writing my story, you know that at one time, let me just tell you, I'd gotten a career that I wanted to do, and I had pegged everything, and my father said, "No, you are not going anywhere." Yes, I followed my father's footpath, but along the way, that's when I saw that, no, this is not who I am. This is not who I am supposed to be. So that's when I said, no, sometimes we need to also to shed light, because our fathers, when they're growing up, they also grew up in that society whereby people, sorry, I have got a bit of flu. They were also part of the system. So sometimes they don't see that whatever they are doing is wrong, or it impacts on certain people in such ways. So that is when I said, no, I have to also talk to my father so that at least they could see the light. Sometimes we have to understand where these our counterparts, our male counterparts, are coming from. Sometimes it's just due to ignorance, because they don't know that whatever they're doing is impacting negatively. So I saw this as an opportunity, maybe to raise up awareness about the challenges faced by women, especially when we want to advocate for change. And I felt that this was the opportunity also to offer hope and encouragement to those who are also maybe feeling trapped or limited by societal expectations, and they are still there. So it is our duty to advocate for the change. And also, some people are so much trapped that they don't know that they can also be free of those shackles or chains of being trapped. So I saw this as an opportunity, and my story, I thought that if I could also share my story, then people can also, it can also offer hope to those who are feeling trapped in situations that I was in. I don't know if I've answered.
Yes, I love that message so much. I really do. And your chapter was so inspiring. I really enjoyed reading it. And I know our readers all around the world are going to enjoy and be so inspired by your story and by how you found your voice.
It is possible to break free from societal expectation and also live a life of authenticity. And I know that it is a journey that requires a lot. It requires courage. It requires resilience, and also just believing in yourself. And I hope that to inspire readers to embrace their unique, we have got those unique abilities and qualities, and also challenge the status quo. Sometimes we need to challenge the status quo and pursue our passions without any fear. Thank you so much, Peace, for the opportunity.
Oh, you're so welcome. And yeah, absolutely. We all have that spark within us and that determination and the ability to change our lives. So thank you so much for sharing your message. I've really enjoyed chatting with you today, Patricia.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, everybody who has tuned in today. Make sure you grab your copy of Women Living Fearlessly at wcwpress.com. And thank you. We'll see you all again next time. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye, Patricia.